Right here, loose 5, 3-point stance. Literally, for people who don't understand that, 1 point of contact into the ground, 2 points of contact into the ground, 3 points of contact into the ground, 3-point stance. It's not very fancy. It's pretty freaking easy football terminology. It's very similar thing, right? So this is just the thing where he knew he could beat this tackle like that, and we saw JJ do this a good amount with Florida State. The reason that it works more for McDonald is because JJ has to have a plan because he's not, and this is almost a really loaded topic. I should have even really said, but he has to have more of a plan because he's not as athletic. McDonald can figure shit out as it goes because he's so athletic he can get there. Now, less so against an Ohio State tackle. I believe they're playing Ohio State. Less so against an Ohio State tackle than an NFL tackle. But there are differences. There are different opportunities your body obviously provides you, right? We know that. So we see that stutter step again. Reduce strides, reduce strides to what? To read him, or to set him up. I'm not saying that these shortened strides necessarily to read him. It could be just flashing leg movement to get him to move to the outside. Because if you're not really moving to the outside, you're not flashing you moving to the outside. He's not going to open up, right? So if you're showing him, okay, I'm rushing full to the edge just based on the quickness of his leg movement, then I'll get him to open up. I'm not necessarily fully committing. So you want to reduce those strides, reduce the stride, cross his face, swipe, rip, almost and almost gets there. Now again, the ball is out within 2 seconds, so it's hard to get there. But if he hesitates at all, he's getting rocked. So good win. Now we see him 5-tech, just like a pure 5 right here. Yeah, so this could be, and again, now we're seeing him play with tracks a little bit, right? So these are 2 reduced strides, 1, 2. I think that's his plan off the jump. I don't think this is a thing that I don't think this is something that he came up with on the fly. We're more the 4 steps. Pre-snap, you're seeing, okay, typically he's going to win on the edge. I'm a tighter technique, so that's already going to be hard to win to the edge. Now, paired with that, you also have a tight end there. So it's going to be really, really tough for him to win to the outside. So where's the weaker spot? Probably here. So comes off the ball with 2 reduced strides. Why? To get him to slide or to open up to the outside. You could see a very forceful step, very, very forceful off the instep with a head fake to get him to jump outside. What is it? What does that forceful step and head fake do? Gets him to the jump to the outside exactly like he wants to do. Comes up, rip to defeat that arm. And again, this is where we talk about the, I don't know if I'm using the terminology right, but the ancillary type deals where he's keeping himself clean. That's a really important part about his game. And maybe an overlooked trait, just keeping yourself clean through gaps. Rip, what does he realize? Okay, I'm getting through that B gap, but the guard is coming to obviously assist his tackle. I'm not looking at the protection or anything like that, in terms of gap or slot or man or whatever. But he's coming to assist the tackle regardless of what the set is. Chop down on it. So handling 2 guys at once like that is not necessarily the easiest thing. And the thing with McDonald that you have to realize is the dude's been playing football for like 5 years, right? He can develop more. Rip, this is just an innate thing. Rip, chop, keep himself clean. Okay. And now what does he see? Now his attention's obviously turned to the quarterback, or it's on the quarterback the entire time. What does he see? Quarterback loading up. The front hand separating from the back hand. What does that mean? Okay, he's passing the ball unless he's pumping it. Sees it, gets his hands up, pass deflection. So not only did he just beat 2 guys, but he also got a pass deflection. Yeah, so this is another play where he wins immediately, but the ball is out so quick. So come off the ball again with reduced strides. Now I don't know if this is something that he's expecting based on how the tackle plays his game or not, but comes off the ball, attacks him. We see the tackle run his hands like he's a receiver. I'm not sure what he's trying to do there. That's pretty terrible. It's just too much. It's too much with the hand by the tackle. But McDonald's giving a little stab to the outside, reduce stride, Tackle reacts to that big time, goes to hug him because he's not good, goes to hug him. McDonald throws the swipe, rip, whatever you want to call it. Swipe with the outside hand, rip with the inside hand. Works his way to the quarterback. Nearly gets the pass deflection, but the ball is out in quite literally a second. So yeah, he can't win, or I guess he technically did win, but he can't get a sack there really. So good setup, burst to the outside, burst. Even though he's not really doing a lot with his feet, just that forward momentum and how much people have to respect his speed. When you see it looks slow in slow motion as I'm playing it slowly, frame by frame, but he'll scare you with that speed. And when you jump to the outside like that, people are going to react, or most tackles are going to react. And he's getting really loose hips, acceleration to penetrate through that B gap and get there quickly. Again, the ball's out in a second, so he can't get the sack, but still a very good play by McDonald on that one. Right here, now he's a tighter 5. This is a true 5 tech right here. So 5 tech with a tight end outside. Again, not an ideal spot for him to be in with the Jets.